This is the smart choice, the safe choice. We got the same reward on two different bosses, but the ruins are easier and we got plus 15% damage from the event. But we started getting too comfortable into the routine. I don't think Darkest Dungeon gives the best if you are playing safe. It started to become a bit too easy. So let's shake things up a bit in 3 ways. First, replace the level 2 Plague Doctor with a rookie that's also a support that I never used before, the Antiquarian. Then, let's leave the easy ruins behind and try the Wiggled with the Wizened Hag. That also is giving the deeds that we need to get to the next level in the Blacksmith. And lastly, let's forget to unmute my microphone so that I can do a post-commentary to make things harder for myself. But it's not too bad because the mission ran for an hour and a half. Very tense, but also very slow. So I would have edited that anyway, but let's edit it a bit more. Then maybe I can do a poll so you can choose the length you prefer for the next videos. But first, the cinematic.
I had collected many rare and elusive volumes on ancient herbal properties, and was set to enjoy several weeks immersed in comfortable study. My work was interrupted, however, by a singularly striking young woman who insisted on repeated calls to the house.
So let's jump already to the campsite, because everything went very well. It was very easy to deal with the new enemies, that was the dogs. So you can see from the maps that I bet that the boss was not on the room near the beginning. So we went in this very long line with basically only rabid gnashers that only added some bleed, but as you can see from the HP and stress, it was a very easy battle after battle until after the campfire, which I almost forgot to do because the mission was going so well. And it's a good thing that I waited to do it because we got 3 battles before the boss, so my buffs would have run out if I did it a bit sooner. Tried the Antiquarian thing, got a relic, not very helpful. The buff that definitely helped was plus 10% damage, plus 8% crit, although not on himself unfortunately. And then more crit and some dodge for everyone, but unfortunately time cost 1. I already used that at the beginning. Wasted 1 again.
The light, the promise of safety.
But here is the first issue that I already used.
Without tools of iron, you must rely on flesh and indefatigable purpose.
I had 2 shovels. I used one on a grave, one on an obstacle. Avoided another obstacle, but this one I couldn't, so now we start getting some stress. And I live in this battle because we had a very bad threat on the Madman, and my only tactic against position 4 was this. So the occultist can bring that, also clear corpses. Unfortunately that will be completely useless against the boss, but of course I didn't know that, I was playing blind. And instead I didn't buy the Hellion ability, Last Swan, that can deal with position 4 very easily, as if it was position 1. So that would have made a very easy mission with the Plague Doctor and that Hellion's ability. Instead it was the most tense battle so far. These dogs are quite annoying, especially because you need to wait for all the animations. But that's the main idea behind this squad. So I'm using the Man-at-Arms, using stun, and front also I have trouble with accuracy because I got rabies on 2 people. And then the Hellion can use her ability to hit 3 people and move forward. So that's why I brought these 2, and they worked really well. Unfortunately they had to shoulder the 2 weaker, well, the healer of course, the occultist, but also the Antiquarian, who doesn't help too much. That's why I didn't pick her before. Although she got a kill right now, 1 HP. But the next battle was actually the toughest, so we'd be lucky not to find the ectoplasm this time. The last dungeon in the Wild showed me how they can multiply, so I became priority target.
Another abomination cleansed from all
This is the
lands.
only battle we found them, and I just destroyed them immediately.
To the pit.
After that, it was just stress and pushing around, which is started to become a problem on the Man-at-Arms.
Wounds of war can be
Also,
healed,
the occultist saved
but
the
never hidden.
antiquarian's life for once. I got 0, 0, and then 14. And here the Hellion cannot do much, can only hit the corpses. And I was hoping to do the same for the boss, of course, to bring it closer, but that's impossible, as we'll see in a second.
Well struck. Eradicated.
Also, rare antique, we found a lot of gold, but nothing in the coffin. And after another 3 dogs, that was, yeah, the whole mission basically.
Twisted and maniacal. A slathering testament to the powers of corruption.
Now we reach the boss with a tough situation, because the Man-at-Arms is close to getting to 100 stress. And yeah. The Wizard Hag can put one of your heroes inside the Cauldron, which is actually very funny, but less funny when I realized that I didn't have many moves that could hit. Of course, position, the Hag is 2 tile, so there's position 3, position 4, but the Cauldron has 200% resistance to everything and 120 HP, so there was no hope of destroying it. Only when someone gets inside, so the Hag puts someone inside the Cauldron, starts chipping away at its health, boiling alive. Now we need to destroy the Cauldron to free the hero. But because of the absence of the last swan on the Hellion, and the Plague Doctor's, of course, Blight, I braced for a very long and slow fight. I'm still not sure how damage is calculated when, since we cannot see our hero in the Cauldron, we only see at the end, and it shows that the health goes down. So sometimes you see for, I guess, every action, a percentage of the hero's health inside the Cauldron goes away. But right now the Antiquarian is inside the Cauldron, so not worried at all. I'm trying to focusing on the Wizened Hag, and of course because she's immune to move, the whole idea, the whole battle is you need to stay to attack the position 3 and 4. So there's nothing I could do. The occultist ability to pull was useless unless I found some huge debuffs, of course. So I started just stabbing. The highest damage I could do was just stabbing, and of course the Man-at-Arms that will spend most of this battle in the Cauldron actually, but here it buffs against the stress, and that's yeah, we are very close to get to 100%, and everything could go very badly. Now I did the only thing that I could do, but I also damaged the Cauldron a bit, which I didn't care too much. I probably should have left the Antiquarian over there. Not sure if this was a good idea, because I didn't know that the hero, Prisoner of the Cauldron, ended up in front. So now we are not in a good place, aside from the breakthrough, of course, but yeah, the Hellion's ability are all about position 1 and 2. Not sure why he said immune over there. Maybe he dodged? I don't know, maybe because of the protection was so high that he went less than 1 damage, 80% protection. I don't know, but yeah, I wasn't sure what to... I didn't want to spend the gold on the Hellion, but also I wasn't sure which ability to remove, and now I know that I should have removed the stun on the two in front, because yeah, the whole dungeon, it was all about position 3 and 4. But so yeah, if you know what you're facing, the mission becomes very easy. So that's why I wanted to keep things tense until the end. And also I didn't mention that the Wizened Hag has 2 actions, and she really likes the Man-at-Arms for some reason, which ruined my whole strategy, so I should have left the Antiquarian. Also, the Antiquarian is technically still guarded by the Man-at-Arms, but yeah, there's no Man-at-Arms, so I don't think it will work. But of course I would have preferred to have the Hellion in the pot. So that was unlucky. And we are on turn 4 and still more than half HP. So I should probably have left the Antiquarian in the Cauldron. I'm trying some Blight, but yeah, it's only 3 damage, so it's not very helpful. Meat Tenderizer. Yeah, that's a problem. So now I'm glad that the Man-at-Arms wasn't outside, because it would be already at 100% stress. Thankfully the Occultist can hit, especially with the buffs from the Man-at-Arms in the campsite. That's the only things that give me some hope. Now the Man-at-Arms is back, but with only 2 HP. So that's not good at all. And what's worse, the guarding is still working. So I need to fix that by replacing the guard. Yeah, replacing the guard.
Injury and despondence set the stage for heroism or cowardice.
Now the Hellion goes into the pot. That was much better, so the healing didn't go too well, only 5. I got Seasoned to Perfection, which is just extra stress. So we are very close. And I'm playing very risky, because of course the Occultist healing is all about RNG, so who knows what we get. It's still just above 0, so not death blow yet, but this is where I noticed that I can do Rampart even on position 1, so even though it says forward, the other abilities that say forward 1 you can only do from back. Instead you can do Rampart from the first thing, but yeah, we don't have a good ability for this situation, but we got the crit, so yeah, again, thanks to all these buffs from the campsite, yeah, get me out of the Infernal Cuckoo. And they dodged, so all the buffs saved us. Got the crit, got the dodge, which is 37 now, with all the buffs. So definitely very good support to the Man-at-Arms. So now I want his very rare trinket that adds extra healing, extra buff in position 4, so I'm guessing playing on the back row. Very strong support things. Also with the Antiquarian in position 2, I couldn't even heal for 1. I had extra resistance too. So the reason I brought the Antiquarian, aside from, well, having a rookie, to make things more challenging, it was also because it adds plus 10% resist to bleed and blight. So the Occultist, if I add 10% bleed resistance to the Man-at-Arms and the Hellion, they will get they will cancel the bleeding chance from the Occultist weird healing. But yeah, we are from position 2, the Antiquarian cannot do that, and I didn't want to waste 1 turn moving, especially because the Occultist is the only one that can deal damage. So now I need to decide, should I go healing? Of course you don't want your healer to deal damage, the strongest damage dealer. Should I heal the Man-at-Arms, play it safe, and risk getting 0 healing because everything is random? Or should I just go for the damage? Especially because the Man-at-Arms had a debuff, but I completely forgot that I have the medicinal herb that's very helpful also against the Hellion, that adds debuffs to herself. I had medicinal herbs to remove the debuffs, but at this point I'm going all in, and I'm hitting for 8.
Teetering on the brink, facing the abyss.
And then we got something they didn't expect. Yeah, Banjo is a death door, but inside the Cauldron we cannot keep up with the HP. So this weird thing happened. She's still a death door, so she was almost full HP when she went in. And the Cauldron pushed them out, but there doesn't seem to be death roll, so no risking. For now, don't need to use the 67% to survive, so we are very close to dying. Man-at-Arms has only a couple of HP. The Hellion is a death door and cannot do absolutely anything to the Hag, but the Hag has only 3 HP, so yeah, the best I can do is use the Antiquarian, and she failed because needs 1 more. She did 2 instead of 3 with the Blight. Now the Occultist is in position 4 where he cannot use his daggers, so everything is on this pull, which is not going to pull, but is going to do 4 to 5 damage, 85%.
The wood is still poisoned. The way is still blocked. But less people will be eaten.
Yeah, I went for damage instead of trying to heal the Hellion, because also the other one, the Man-at-Arms, was in trouble. So we ended up with 90 stress on the Man-at-Arms, 0 HP on the Hellion, but 0 risks, because the HP will be back without any issue. And probably I was too worried about stress for nothing, because even if we get something bad, affliction, at the last turn is not going to matter too much. It still needs to go. I wanted to save the gold, of course. That's a common theme of this campaign. And trying to min-maxing. So I'm going to save the gold, but I cannot save the gold when he's a 90 stress. It's never going away, that stress. Anyway, that was the tense battle that I wanted.
We
and
dug for months, years.
when Darkest Dungeons actually works.
And we were rewarded with madness.
But we got 20 deeds, so
A sharper sword, a stronger
I went
shield.
immediately
Anything to prolong a soldier's life.
to upgrade the weapons. When they reach level 2, they will be much stronger, both from
A strict
weapons
regimen is paramount
and
if one is to master the brutal arithmetic of combat.
the guild that I could have upgraded all along. So now I'm missing only the armor upgrade to get better recruits, which hopefully will help, because yeah, bringing rookies is always risky. This mission was everything I was hoping for, aside from forgetting to turn on the microphone. Let's go back to some live commentary with a new mission. Stave of Sickness, gather 3 medicine. Many a car driver has met their end while traversing the Weald. Oh, set a death cannon. I wonder, is there an event in which our own stagecoach does not bring our heroes for 1 week? No, I don't think. Are there negative events or only bonuses? It would fit very well, actually. A doctor toolkit. Oh, that's the objective. Powerful medicines worth more than gold to a beleaguered hamlet. Okay, so now the inventory is getting full, but we got a very good map. Scouting to avoid that room, and now just a long line. This is my experimental party, with these 2 focusing on Blight, and these 2 focusing on support and self-healing. So technically the only healing for these 2 is Battlefield Medicine, which is not great. 3 per turn, but of course with the shadow ability here, I'm not too worried about the grave robber. And yeah, you can guard the plague doctor if it's necessary, but for now let's just start stunning. So yeah, this is a very supportive character, because I didn't like his offensive capability around bleeding, and that's the problem. So if we didn't miss, it would be fine. They never end.
Dazed, reeling, about to break.
That's very bad. He has a high resistance to movement, 70%, and from here she can only do Shadow Fade. Okay, 1 turn without slime
Another
multiplications.
abomination,
You want to
cleansed
risk
from
the
our lands.
ectoplasm.
Great is the weapon that
Wait,
cuts
is
on
this
its
still
own.
active? Is this a bug because the dog died from blight at the beginning of the turn? That's why I kept the shovel. I found 3 graves. I didn't use it. I should have bought more shovels. But yeah, I saved it for the right moment. Now I started to worry that the objective was over here. I only found 1 of the 3 objectives. Almost. Oh, actually no, enough. That's a strong 4 damage each, but only if there are 4 people. Otherwise it becomes single target. So now for the first time I think I'll need to use the mark. So I have 2 options. Extra protection, but I don't think I need it. Extra damage on someone. This one. I want to lounge on this one. And the turn order didn't work in my favor. 5 speed. Oh yes, this one is debuffed. 5 speed, she had 8, but we were unlucky. Still I can... I didn't kill it anyway, so... Doesn't matter. And now I can do the stress. So that's how the party works. I think it's quite interesting that you can do this. Yeah, unfortunately just a chance. Again, I forgot to camp. I waited the right moment for camping. Also, he has 50% HP, so if we needed, if we were in trouble, this would be very good. And if you put your inventory in order...
Neatly ordered. Lovingly admired.
Anyway, therapy dog, all companions, but we actually need for ourselves, so that's very easy. Not a problem at all. Whatever tomorrow brings, 6 legs are better than 1. Fortunately, we cannot do that again. And I want to prevent nighttime ambush, of course. And now we luckily don't need to do this, minus 25 stress and then 25% chance that, yeah, they don't like the joke. Scouting chance, I don't think we need it at the end. It all depends if the curio at the beginning of the dungeon was actually the quest one, then we need to go back. And I only bought this one, so we don't have much to do, especially because we are not in trouble at all. So let's do a buff. 10 accuracy, missed a lot. And it was actually close to 20, so it was not a waste, but yeah, this may be a bit of a waste. But minus 10% stress. An affection naso should put your hearts right. That's it. This place is horrific, even so I am at ease. Let us carry on and hopefully not go back to the beginning of the dungeon, because I didn't know that the quest objective was just a normal curio. Not sure what's up about, sometimes they say wait, don't know if it's a down, it's a quirk or something, make you get more stress. I still don't know what believes he's possessed by demon does, but another easy battle. I think I'm going to skip it for you. Okay, so do we need holy water for the coffin? No. Just open it. There's nothing. Let's try anti-venom since it's a spider. No effect. No effect. Sticky goo. Great. Not too bad actually, but yeah, it's very annoying. Wasted all the items. The spirit commanded me to do this. Oh, now I see. Yeah. Manuscript melee skill is not a problem at all, of course, but so that's what these things do. I believe he's possessed by demon maybe, and manic for mana, so they will activate traps basically. So there are curios that you just need to avoid, but if there is a bad quirk, then yeah, that's the issue. Also, this is an objective. Hopefully the other one is at the end. And yeah, I could have used the extra food actually to heal the Plague Doctor, but if we need to go back to here, then I definitely need all the food. Don't have enough torches. But yeah, this might be tricky. Okay, I didn't check 60 blight resistance, but I got lucky. I think we need to use withstand over here. But mark, actually, perfect. I didn't even need to do it. Perfect. Oh, I guess they're attacking him because he's already marked. Maybe that's how mark works. So they don't mark anyone else. Okay. So that's perfect. So yeah, that's the start I wanted with this. These two then can protect the others. And now I can just... This one is dead. I just need to damage that, and I have plus 23 damage against Blighted. 6 to 11. Is it enough? Is it enough? No. 1. Needed 1 more, and that's it. 16 crit. I thought more, actually. And we got the deeds that actually we need.
Ghoulish horrors. Brought low and driven into the mud.
Not sure why he tells you to add something. And I forgot to use the dog treats. Oh well. Okay, so let's hope that the last one is over here. Dodge the trap. And it is. Was really worried that it could be over here, so I don't know if it appears on the map. But last mission, the altars were on the map, a quest objective. But maybe only on the rooms? I don't know, I was really worried. I didn't need to waste the torch actually. We are good. Flawless mission. So I was right, we didn't really need a dedicated healer. I mean, the Plague Doctor is a bit of a healer himself, but those two work very well together. We're never in trouble if I guarded the Plague Doctor actually. And yeah, that's all according to plan. That's why I brought the Plague Doctor here, because he's still 1 XP short to level 3, and that's what I need. I want to bring him against one... Perfect, we don't worry about that. I want to bring him against one more boss, so 3 XP fit. And we don't even need to bring any... to use any facility for stress reliever. And that's not good, because we do that all the time, so I'm guessing I'm putting this away. And okay, that wasn't according to plan. That could be helpful level 2 over here. It's getting really tough to manage.
The preponderance of rare and exotic injuries makes this place perfect for the study of suffering.
Caregivers Convention. Okay, I didn't think about that. Among the visiting delegation are experts in corporeal and cognitive disability, as well as several forensic specialists. Okay, forensic, I think it will be too late for us. But return ward is free medical ward fit, so that's exactly what I needed to take care of Kleptomaniac. Plus 5 dodge or plus 10 damage if torch above 75. Yeah, it's not really a damage dealer. That's a great event. Need to remember to watch out for this. And I wish I had what's in the syringe. I wish I had more cells, but I can afford only 1 upgrade. I'm guessing that the second one will be treatment ward. So she already has plus 10% damage, so this will be plus 25, but even more against human, unholy. But yeah, of course, if you don't hit, there's no point in having extra buffs. So yeah, always going for accuracy. And if I trade everything, I could already do armor, but of course, then I need more anyway for this one. Actually, I would pick this one in case we need more low-level characters to beat all the bosses, which we probably will. But Dark Temptation, that could be funny, but no, no thank you. You either play well or play funny. Maybe we'll find a balance between the two. For now, thank you very much for watching. Take care.